Susa don't protect me. And I was like, bitch, Sasuke.
Yo, my back hurts.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
I'm really old.
Oh, that was gross. That was gross. All right, we're good. We're recording. Check 1 2 1 2 9 997 9973 777 444. Check. 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 Action.
Okay,
You're
Patrick's doing
fucking
the,
early. Bro.
Patrick's doing the intro this today.
Is that what you guys agreed upon?
No, that's what I agreed upon.
I thought John
Patrick
was-
hasn't done the intro since episode 4.
since episode 4.
Yeah, I looked back. Oh, I'm talking shoe shit.
Honestly, you're probably right.
You know, Matchy's memory is on point. So
Yeah.
there's no point even.
Yeah, but what do you want me to do when
This
Matthew
guy
just
remembers.
goes off?
This guy remembers moments of my life I don't even remember.
He remembers way more.
How?
Matches like that.
He was like, I remember the first time I saw him, like, bro. And I pride myself on remembering stuff. Like, I pride myself on remembering footy. I don't remember that early. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, begin.
Anyways, welcome back to Don't Think Too Hard with me, Patrick, Johnny, Nachi, Andre.
Okay, you
What
gotta.
happened
If you're new here, press
the intro.
the
You're just gonna end it
subscribe
right
button
there?
What happened?
and that little bell so you get all the
what I- what
notifications.
What happened to ASAM Asthma?
I was doing it and then you guys interrupted me, so I just.
That wasn't
I just
asthma.
stopped.
We can do it.
That wasn't asthma.
I thought Johnny was starting it, and then
I mean, you guys
Nachi's
didn't
like,
hear
no,
me.
Patrick started
Let
it.
him go.
and I was
Yes,
like,
it's the finer things.
okay, so cool.
You gonna have any context or?
Okay, beautiful. That's enough of that, man. That's enough of that.
We just
Thank
wasted
you,
a
Johnny,
minute.
for that.
We just wasted.
This was that's
We
gonna
don't
come back
waste- we didn't
filthy.
waste
I want you to
That's
know
top-notch content.
that this sound is filthy. When you hear it, when you hear it, it's filthy.
What do you mean?
It's X-rated.
When you hear that,
When you
it
hear
just
that?
means he has no stroke game.
No, when you hear that, that's like when the flesh meets the flesh and.
And the devil is present.
Yes,
When the bottom of your ball sack smacks the taint.
you gotta get that checked because you might have elephantitis and
You never,
Imagine.
you might kill her.
you never stepped out of the shower after a hot shower and just did some bear claws.
Yo, have you ever done that? Like walking on the stairs, like you skip down one and you're like. Yo.
That should be our intro music. Just 4 sets.
Yo, you know,
4 sets of bear
you know,
claws.
you know those videos where like in Instagram they have those videos of the girls making their butts clap.
Mm-hmm.
We should just have them butts clap one by one.
You gotta wear loose shorts and just walk down the steps.
Like Mario. You gotta jump like this.
Poor fuck.
You
Anyways.
sick motherfucking bastard.
Anyway,
Welcome
that was my
back.
intro.
Welcome back to
Expect
the
more.
Don't Think Too Hard podcast.
I should
Patrick
do
already
that.
made the introduction. I just keep hitting my mic.
Everyone's pretty aroused after that ASMR. I'm gonna
That's
tell you
true.
that
I
right
think so too.
Who's around?
now. I'm telling you right now, everyone's aroused.
The guy from Australia
I'm
who
gonna
watched
tell
our
you,
videos.
The
every
people
This
listening.
guy
I'm
from
telling you, people
Australia.
the people
day. Yeah, for shoe shit at least.
I
We
see
just
what they're
did-
doing.
we just
Remember
did-
when they used to complain about us talking over them?
And we're
now
talking about
they're-
ASMR
and they're talking over
us.
us.
Interrupt us.
And like, what is it?
The disrespect.
Because you're not including me in the conversation. You guys are very being
He
exclusive
was
right
talking
now.
to everyone.
No, he
but
wasn't.
then
He
you guys
replied
had
to
your
me.
own conversation.
And then you
so I
guys just
replied
said, you
to
know
him.
what? Forget about this guy.
No,
So
that's
forgot
you
about
weren't
me.
talking to everyone. You were talking to
You
Patrick.
left the group for once and you forgot the dynamic.
I keep telling you, I can leave.
No, we want you, man.
All right,
Yeah.
you want to be included in the conversation?
Just gonna rail
Yes.
on you for like 5 minutes.
He was talking about how he aroused everyone with that ASMR.
yeah,
Like
the
them.
viewers.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Like the people listening.
I mean,
like,
it was open, but once you said the people, then I figured like, oh, you guys aren't into that stuff. So. You gotta take your wins and losses where they come, right? That's a no.
Now you're gonna include us in your conversation.
We were just
That was
talking
it.
about how we were interrupting you in your conversation. That's what our conversation was. To be honest with you.
You guys just want
Oh
to
my
talk
gosh.
shit.
Okay. How
Yeah.
was your week, Patrick?
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
My
We just
week?
wasted 5 minutes of people's
We didn't
lives.
waste. It's content.
Content.
They shut off their
Content,
brains
top
and they just listen to us banter.
Okay, Patrick, how was your week?
What?
I was waiting for you to say something more. Stop. Okay, go.
My week
Yeah.
busy.
How's work?
It's
You got a
it's-
new job, right?
Yeah, it's easy. It's just tiring.
That fitness,
Yeah.
that fit life.
I really thought you were gonna elaborate and have like
There's
tell
Give us a
I
story.
got
You know?
drunk yesterday. That's it. That's my week.
Any interesting stories at work? Did you do
how many
something?
weeds did you pull? Like 17?
Did somebody
don't
try to
pull
hit
none.
you?
Oh, you treat it so they
I
don't get
spray.
it. Oh,
spray
you
it.
just use the little thing. Go.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Did you hit anybody on the way to work?
Did you drive the truck?
Did you drive the truck?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you fill up gas for it? Come on,
No.
man.
Nah, I survived on half a tank for 2 days.
That's not good, bro. Because or else when you have to stop at the, do they have one at like your home base, like a tank?
No,
That's trash.
we use ESO.
That's trash.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's boring. Johnny, you go. Your turn.
I don't know what you're expecting from me, bro. I don't remember. Give me a second. You can go on the rest of the group.
Get mad.
I'll get back to me. Get back to me. Hold on.
You
I'll
saying
think.
you
Hold on.
seem like you're stressed this week.
No, okay. I just have it's like, it's one of those things because, speaking of which, we're going to need to talk about after the podcast because I'm taking on my yearly vacation time off the podcast.
You don't get vacation days.
What?
You don't get vacation.
That wasn't written
This-
into the contract.
This conversation will be had after.
Okay, anyways. So
That he doesn't
I
get vacation days.
What?
That the fact that he doesn't get vacation days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
mean
gonna
that's
be
the
docked
conversation done already. So I don't know what we.
That's it. That's the conversation done.
this doesn't feel like a very fair argument on my end. I don't have a
Bro,
chance.
the contract says what it says.
What we gonna do? What I'm supposed to do?
Okay, we'll discuss that later. Anyway, so I'm going on vacation in a few weeks, and so it's one of those situations where, hey, you have about a month's worth of backlog work that you need to finish within 2 weeks, and I know what you're thinking. First of all, what I'm thinking is, God damn it, if high school has taught me anything or university has taught me anything, I could get this done last minute. Right?
Don't do it last minute.
Right.
Though.
Well, I've been doing it last minute. Like I'm doing it now. I got 2 weeks to finish a month's work of work
of work.
of work.
A month's work of work.
Month's work of work. English. Yeah, and so I have a fuckload of work. I just had a client who wanted his entire restaurant redecorated. However, it's one of those clients who's not very set on what he specifically wants. So it's a situation of, hey,
It's fluid.
you want my design expertise? Yeah. Okay, so I make a design that, to be fair, wasn't my greatest work, but it was good. He says,
That same customer is watching you right now.
no. Yeah, I don't think he'd be able to understand me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like so for those of you who don't know, I work at a very
Culturally diverse.
not even it's very not diverse. Like the culture diversity is me as a white guy. Anyways, I don't speak the language
How
of
did my
any
mic end
employee.
up down here?
Yo, you interrupt Master one more time, and I might ram lost you.
I don't. Anyway, so I don't speak the language, the main language. I don't speak the language. I'm not from their culture. I don't know anything about the culture. Although I am learning, I do know a few words. And because of this is how they modeled their business to cater to this culture group, right? this nation, these languages, those people. And so, as a white guy who knows nothing about it, who's slowly learning, I don't understand the clients.
It's a learning curve.
No, not even.
Oh.
It's a
Learning block.
listen, break down their limited English, and try to figure out what they said using 5 words, and then make a design cater to that.
Oh,
So it's one of those situations, which is so incredibly difficult. You guys have no idea what it's like.
Machi, honestly, I think you're in the wrong line of work.
What?
Every episode is you just stressed about work.
No, I love the work I'm doing.
it's
I'm
just the environments.
Yeah,
It's just,
I feel like listen, like I said, if you don't remember, the reason why I'm in this line of work is to move up to eventually design uniforms for sports teams or
Dortmund
soccer shoes,
specifically.
because their jerseys are horrible, by the way.
The new
Oh,
ones.
they're so ugly.
I haven't seen them.
Oh my god, they're brutal. You know Electrobuzz from Pokemon?
Oh my.
Think of a bunch of those.
Just
Yo,
sideways.
it's sick.
No,
The
it's a bunch of
sideways
lightning
ones?
bolts.
Oh. Oh, that's.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, Andre, how's your week? So, oh no, wait, before you continue. So, back to this
Andre,
restaurant.
you look like you were just sitting there like you're pregnant, holding your hand on your belly.
So back to my restaurant story. I ended up doing this whole design, and mind you, they didn't like it, and it's fine that they didn't like it. I get it. I didn't understand a word you said over the phone. I went off what I thought was okay. They come in and they say, okay, we want this change, this change, this change. This is a change we made. We changed the door from light pink into a gradient of orange and reds, right? We did that. I know I did that because I sat them and I understood red, orange from the very limited amount of words I understood. I made that change and they said, good, 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 good. A day later, they come back and they say, what the fuck are you doing? And I got roasted. I got absolutely ripped by clients, by my boss. And, you know, it's... God damn it. Someone just jumped off and jumped like 3 flights of stairs. Anyways, and so, yeah, I just got roasted at work, essentially. And then after that, it was very much just me operating machinery and trying to figure out label pressing and label cutting and label printing and a bunch of shit with labels. So if you guys need any labels, any stickers done, send me a DM and then I can hook you up.
Finally, you
All right.
fucking.
Look
where
at
we
this
send-
guy.
Finally, you freaking. I've been trying to tell you to do it yourself this whole time, and now you decide to finally promote yourself.
Oh. Well,
Finally.
no, I don't get the money for it. My boss will get the money for it.
Dude, I'm
Why
deciding.
would you just do it yourself?
It's closing
Well,
hours.
I don't have I don't have a $500,000 machine. In.
You have the keys, right?
Just fucking buy one.
I do have a key,
That's
or
all
at
you
least
need.
one.
That is all you
You
need.
know how to operate the machine?
I'm a fucking technician for it at this point.
All right. So you're
So
good.
you're good.
You have the
Okay,
keys
but I
and
need to
you know
buy
how to
it.
operate it. No, you have the keys. You know how to operate it. I'm pretty sure you know the
And
alarm
I don't
system.
and I don't pay the
You know when your boss is around.
and I don't pay the $3,000 for the rolls of paper that we use.
That's savings. Save your money.
Anyways,
Literally, you could sell them for like $5, and every dollar is a profit.
Or you can sell them for 20 and then
okay, that's like
I
that's
meant more.
I'm just saying.
yeah,
Regardless, he's making profit.
yeah.
I meant more just creating the designs and then giving it to people.
Oh, I was talking about robbing.
I
the-
didn't mean robbing the
Place of
company. I didn't mean that.
illegally operating machinery. That's what I was.
you
Going
better not use this as one of the clips, by the way. No, so yeah, I've been doing freelancing though.
Oh, so
Like on
you're
the side.
set.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have been doing that.
Shout out Moona Light for my first gig.
What's Moonlight?
Moona Light is essentially this online company who kind of base their business off of moon themes. So if people with obsession with like astronomy and stuff,
Hey.
think of like moon lamps.
Are they paying us for this ad right now?
No, but I know the owner, so I guess I give him a little bit of a shout out.
Tell him to sponsor us.
I
That
mean,
actually
he probably
works.
could. Or we could sponsor him. Or no.
What?
We're gonna have to pay him.
No, they need to pay us.
We have to pay him what money?
Anyway, so I've been doing designs for like clothing brands and stuff recently, but yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
Anyways,
That's dope.
how about you guys? How's your week? We spent 14 minutes talking about fucking nothing.
I recently bought a futsal ball. I remember. I bought a futsal. Yo. Have you ever noticed like when
Don't
you
roof
buy
it.
when you hey. Anyways, have you ever noticed like when you buy like a new footy thing, you just like you end up playing more just because you want to use it.
Yeah.
Then you appreciate everything. Where he's like, wow, like who would have thought like having a ball makes you want to play football?
That's
no
me
reason.
with new cleats every time.
Yeah.
New cleats, I want to be on the pitch every day, and then
Matthew, you have new cleats like every 3 months.
every year. Every year.
Every fiscal period.
I didn't buy one this year though, because of certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Although I really wanted the new Nike. What are they called? They're like they're hyper venoms. They look like the original hyper venoms, but they're not
The
the
Phantom
hyper
Venoms?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they
like
look nice.
they kind of have the same orange and black colorway because those
Yeah.
those make me wet.
You know what boots make me wet? The new Copas that are all black, the laceless ones. Soaked. I'm telling you. Like I looked at it, I was soaked. I had to change it.
Are you sure like your voice is loud enough to be heard?
Oh yeah, I put it close to me.
He's speaking
That's
right
how I
into the mic.
that's how I did the ASMR.
Okay,
So
as long as you know. As long as you know. As long as you're good.
How was your week, Andre?
Oh, there's nothing about my week. We can move on.
Oh,
Anyways.
I remember something
more
else.
things.
With the futsal ball, this is how you know I was bored. I was like, the last time I counted how many keep-ups I could do was like when I was 8. So let me do that. Guys, I did 2,100. And I got bored, so I stopped.
stood there and did 2,100
No, I went
keep-ups?
outside in my backyard and just started doing laps with the ball. And my parents and the neighbors probably thought I was a psychopath, but I was like, I'm counting, and I was counting. There was like sweat in my eyes, and I was like, oof. And I got to 2,100.
But did you stop at 2,100 because you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore?
No,
Or
yeah.
you missed the ball at 2,100?
No, I got bored. I started doing around the world. I was like, I did it around the world, and I was like, okay, I'm not tired. Like I thought I would be tired at this point, but I'm not tired. So I just
How long
went
did that
inside.
take you?
That was like 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know. Time just flew.
Nah, I couldn't.
No
do
way.
that. I'd annoy this shit. out of me.
2,100?
Then,
I would get bored after like 50.
I got bored. I got
be
bored
honest-
after 20. I'm not gonna lie, but I stuck through.
You're crazy, bro. I did 120 one time, and I was like, yeah, that's enough.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think I'd be able to do over 50 keep-ups.
No
I
way.
don't know. I haven't tried it in a
Honestly,
long
you
time.
don't
so I
really-
even know.
Honestly,
thing with
right
me-
now, maybe
The
not.
thing
know.
with me is that my keep-up game has always been so brutal. Like, it's always been bad. Up until maybe under 12 or under 13, I wasn't able to do more than 5 keep-ups. It's bad.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm a ball on the
Yeah.
ground type of guy,
Yeah.
you know?
It's good. Keep it simple. Keep it nice and
I
simple.
guess Mike. in front of me.
Keep it nice and simple.
No.
Real simple game.
Yeah, real simple
Literal.
game. Because I always thought my mentality growing up was like, I don't even know how to do keep-ups. What am I ever going to do keep-ups in a game?
Yeah, it's
That's
just
true.
years
It's
and
for
years
ball
of my
control, though.
father just
No, I get that.
harshly getting on me to do keep-ups has made me this keep-up machine that I am today. Years of brutal, extreme methods of keep-ups.
I have
and
blisters on my
techniques.
knees, my thighs, and my feet.
My toes, my knuckle toes, my toe knuckles had blisters. I had three impingements on my nerves on the bottom of my feet.
Fuck.
I twisted.
done?
No, I mean I was gonna go on, but I'm finished now.
You had a
Andre,
topic?
man. can
How's
you
your
stop
week,
sitting
Andre?
Like that? Look at him. He's freaking proud.
How's your week, Andre?
No, he
I'm
said he
comfy,
did
bro. I
nothing.
can't be comfy.
Yeah,
no, I
he-
said move on from my week.
Yeah, and then you said,
No, why-
anyways.
And then I interrupted you.
Why'd you move on so fast?
Because I didn't do nothing. I don't want to
No,
bore
you
them with a
moved-
5
you
minute
moved on
boredom.
like you didn't want to talk
Bro, you have a
about
dog.
something.
You have interesting things every day.
I
all
didn't
day.
move on like I didn't want to talk. There's just nothing to be talked
Your
about.
dog
No, like
barks.
you pushed it so fast. Like something's on your mind and you just don't want to talk about it.
There's nothing on my mind. There's nothing on my mind, bro.
Now you're
when you live with the
you're
deep dark
defensive.
depression,
You
it
got
just
a
stays
tattoo.
with you.
You
You
got
know?
a tattoo. You can
Okay.
talk
When did you
about
get a
that.
tattoo?
I don't need to talk about that. It's there.
Oh, he got
It's
it.
something
Wait,
interesting.
I
I got
went-
it last week.
I went. I
How
got
long?
it, and now I have it,
How long? How long did it
and
take?
now it's done.
How long
So
did it
talk about it. Tell them what it is.
How
Tell
long did
them
it
what
take?
it means.
How long did it take?
And like hour and a half,
How much?
2 bills.
I'm joking.
Where'd you go?
Like, fuck, I don't care.
Shout him
I
out.
have real.
I need to
shit
know. I want to know.
do.
Where'd you go?
I have real shit to talk about.
All
Like
right,
child
where'd you
labor.
go?
I have child
Time
labor. to
out.
talk
Where'd you go?
Ask him after the podcast.
Child labor. We're gonna talk about child soldiers, so let's get on with that. I want to know
Let's
what's
talk.
going
Let's
on.
talk
Why do you want
about.
to know
Alright.
so bad?
Because I want a tattoo.
You said that mad aggressively. Like you said, it shivers down my
Bro,
spine.
2 weeks ago, he asked me. He's like, Pat, let's go get a tattoo. I was like, okay, when? He's like, I don't know. I was like, where? He's like, I don't know.
Okay, let's talk
With
about.
With me,
time.
shit moves fast, bro. That's what I mean. I decided, and you didn't. Look, the way you answered me, it didn't seem like you were serious, you know. So I was just like, all right, he's probably
I'm
just
gonna
saying one of
shoot
those
this
things.
guy.
And like you're always talking about how you're struggling with money and all that stuff. So you know what I mean. I was like, maybe he can't
This
spare
is
the
how
extra cash right
old
now.
couples argue
You know what
after
I mean?
years and years of romance.
This guy, I swear to God, literally everything he described about me is himself.
Old couples often date mirror images of themselves, and
The
this
key
is a
for
prime
old
example.
relationships
Yeah.
is to continue to have sexual intercourse at a
and
regular
communication
basis.
and communications.
All right, I'm out.
Long
let's talk-
absences.
All right, yeah, let's talk about John, the child labor and sweatshop soldier. All right,
John.
John, who the fuck?
I don't know. I gave us.
I told you that in confidence, bro.
I gave our little super soldier a name, Johnny.
Even what I meant. I'm just meant. You remember in freaking
Oh, your
elementary
name's John. That's what you meant. Why did that take you so? Okay, what about? Shut up. What about elementary school?
Jesus Christ.
And you told me that in confidence. Okay, what about elementary school?
Yo, okay. Anyways.
Oh, I have another story, but okay.
Oh my God,
no, it's
Matthew,
okay.
man.
No. I'm just letting you guys know for future reference. If something goes down, remind me. Left eye. Okay, go.
All right.
Talking about your elementary school sweatshop worker.
I just wanted to let you guys know that in elementary school, you know those friggin' the magazine subscription shit we use?
Scholastics.
No, not the ones we bought. The ones that you had to like they gave you like this flyer and then you had to go door to door and like sell them like magazine
I
subscriptions. and
never
shit.
did that.
I know.
Oh, and you got to win the giant
Yeah, and
chocolate
then you
bar.
get to win fucking chocolate bars and
We
And
shit.
sold
like
chocolate
glow
bars.
Yeah, we
sticks.
sold
Oh, even
actual
that. You know
chocolate
how
bar.
much fucking money these companies are making off
You watched the
And all
Boondocks
you
episode
get-
3,
What?
season 3.
What are you
episode
talking about?
Oh, the fundraiser. For those of you who don't know, the Boondocks.
Can you let him finish?
Oh, sorry. I thought that's where you got it from. To be honest. Sorry.
No, this is an actual thing. I remember this.
My point is,
I'll elaborate.
the
after.
top prize was selling like 200 magazine subscriptions or like 200 chocolate bars and they give you a friggin' iPod.
Yeah.
You know how much money they just made off of you?
Yeah.
That's
And
legitimate
all you
child
get in
labor.
return
Yeah.
is like $75 worth of an item.
Yeah, yo, that's legitimate legal child labor.
To be fair,
Yeah.
iPods at the time went for like $150.
Then
You know
sell-
how much fucking
then-
200 magazine
No, no,
subscriptions
no.
is?
Then you do this.
It's fucking
then-
thousands.
Then in school you flip it because it's a prize now, so it has more status than like you actually buying one. So when you flip it to the students, like if you give me $350, I'll give you this free iPod. And they're like, oh yeah, I'll do that for you because kids
What
don't
kind
have
of
that kind of
dumbasses
idea
fucking kids
of
did you go to
economics.
school with? What kind of dumbass kids you go to school
Excuse me, I went to a school in my neighborhood. The GPA
It was
wasn't very high.
It was close to my neighbor's house.
It was
It was beside a road. It
I
had
could walk
grass.
there.
There's a sidewalk outside.
The sidewalk
Get
was
this.
the
It had
grass.
teachers in it.
And the grass.
We had gravel as when it was like raining outside, it turned to mud, so we made mud pies, and then mudmen, like snowmen, but
With mud.
mud.
One time in elementary school, I remember it snowed and they made like this massive snow fort into the corner of the school.
We played King of the Hill.
Yes, but it got really bad.
Yeah.
And then over time, like no one was able to destroy this quote unquote fort, and it froze,
That's
and
the
it
best
turned into
time.
an ice fort.
Yeah.
And then the principal said, "I'm going to expel whoever made this fort." And now here's the kicker: they spent, no joke, 3 recesses trying to like break this thing down, only to realize no one knows who made this thing. Like, you know what I mean?
They're interrogating kids.
Yeah, essentially.
That happened to
'Cause
me
of a
one
fort?
time. I got mistaken identity by my
No,
vice
'cause-
principal.
Yeah.
She was like, "Come in here," and I was like, "Okay."
That
So I went to the office, and she's like, "Why were you doing that?" And I was like, "Doing what?" She was like, "Banging on the windows." I'm like, "Miss, I was playing futsal with my friends for about an hour. What are you talking about?" She's like, "You mean if you're gonna tell you what's your homeroom? So if I call your teacher and I ask your friends what you're doing, you're playing soccer." I was like, "Yeah." And then she called my teacher and then talked to my friends. I was like, "Wow, like if my friends actually don't pull through, I might get suspended right now." And then he's like, "Oh, I thought you were wearing a red jacket, and I saw a kid with a red jacket banging on the windows, so I just thought it was you." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah. Don't you realize that, like, if you think about it,
I know."
if you dissect school, isn't it crazy how if you dissect school, it's essentially like a prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, look, the bell rings. You gotta line up or walk to class. You have a 30-minute lunch. Most rooms don't have windows.
Your recess is the perimeter, so you can't leave that area
Yeah, like, that's
without
fine.
permission.
That's fine. And
You have conjugal visits, so if your parent-teacher interviews, that's when you're.
yeah. Your warden is your principal. The guards are the teachers.
Bro, I'm not moving fast. This guy called parent teacher interviews a conjugal visit.
For those of you who do not know what conjugal visits are, it's when inmates who have significant others get a special time and day in the calendar to have a special
Sex.
experience with their partners, because they are in prison for so long, they don't get to see each other, and so they allot this day for them to rekindle their romance. Because the prison reform system cares about their prisoners and their relationships they have outside of the prison, even though they're getting bum raped every night.
That's so bad.
It is. This is actually kind of. This is like top 3 biggest fears.
Getting bum raped.
Getting bum raped
What's
in
number,
prison.
what's
Getting bum raped outside of prison.
Okay, what are your top
so we
three?
okay, so if in prison, what's outside of prison? Where does that land?
That's top. That's 2.
Okay, so what's number 1?
Getting bum raped.
Asleep. Because then you wake up and you're like, wow, my body didn't wake me up while I was being.
What a rush.
Wait, like what was? Never mind. Anyways, that's my.
Pat, what's yours? What's your top 3 fears?
I'm joking. Number 1 is an aneurysm, because that can happen at any time, at any place, anywhere.
Okay, I'm trying to. What's your biggest fear, man?
Heights,
That's a good one. That's like 4,
spiders,
5.
and bees.
No, I love bees. I caught a dragonfly once.
Those are my top 3.
I watched a TikTok where a guy like caught a dragonfly, put it in his freezer to knock him out, tied a little leash to him, and then let him fly the pet dragonfly.
I put it in my pocket.
Okay, Matchy.
Andre, what about you, brother?
No, it's your turn. We're going
What?
down the list.
What list?
I mean, the
List of your
line.
fears.
Lie.
Okay, my biggest fear, not in any order, heights. My wife having a miscarriage.
That's oddly specific.
It's a fear of mine.
Anyways,
My wife having a
That actually is
miscarriage
kinda
at 6
scary.
months. While I'm walking up the stairs, she trips down her stairs, bangs her knee. I bend down to think if she's okay, but then I slip, knock her down the stairs. She continues to roll down the stairs, lands on her stomach, and miscarriage.
no, lands on her stomach. She gets up. She's fine. And then while you're going down the stairs, you headbutt the shit.
Oh, you guys making fun of my biggest fear. This is the biggest dickhead alive. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Andre made it worse, and then Johnny just.
You guys are the fucking worst. What the fuck? I guess my third biggest fear is like dying last. I don't know.
Dying laugh.
Whoa.
Because you guys ever think about this? It's like the boys. You will be at think about it, you will be at all the boys' funerals, but they won't be at yours.
Oh, I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm dead. I don't care
You
who's at
won't
my
know.
funeral. You don't have to come.
I mean, psychologically, it'd be worse for you because like you would know what was gonna happen. I wouldn't know
Yeah.
if I was the first. I would be like, oh,
But what in
No,
what
come on.
context?
Well, wouldn't it suck to be like the second last boy? Because like you only got one left. It's like he's been through like 4 already. He'll be okay for this one.
But
I don't know.
Nah, each one would hit different.
I feel like it would. I feel like at some point, say you have like 77 friends. By
That's
the
a
time you get to
very
like
specific
65, then you're just like, eh.
It's like it's time.
That's why you gotta write a will that's so emotionally traumatizing that anybody who reads it, who knows you, is scarred for life after they read it.
That's how you leave your impact.
Yeah,
You guys ever watch BoJack Horseman?
I've tried.
Pretty much. It's like it's a pretty wicked show, and it like, kind of like talks about like mental illness and stuff, and it essentially ends with. I'm not gonna spoil it. Essentially, the ending is kind of like what happens after, and then
After what?
after death. And it's like it's like how well you lived your life to that point. Are you okay with it? If you're not okay with death, then you fucked up your life, type of deal. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you're saying basically you're just saying you have regrets. That's what people are
Yeah.
saying. You got
But
shit
it's
you
like
still
no
want to do
regrets.
when you're alive.
Yeah, but that just means like when you die, it's like what Itachi said or Kisame said. People know who they truly are,
Before
or if
they
they're
die.
satisfied with their life the moment before death.
Probably.
You know how deep that is? Because think about it. It's like you don't know because you always wake up thinking, "Oh, I'll do that later because I have the rest of my life to do that." But like
It's
right
very
before death,
presumptuous of us.
you don't have that
I'm trying
anymore.
to think if there's something still that I have.
Probably
I
like
guess a
height.
kid. I think that's like the only thing really I have left. Just
What?
watching a kid grow up.
But that's
Yeah.
still like
Probably
so
want
much.
to traumatize. Like I would want to miss all the moments that I get to.
But you can't say that
Traumatizing.
now. Like because like, what if, for example, it's like okay, now you're just thinking about the basic. I feel like in the times of deaths, it's like the biggest things are gonna hit you, but it's also like the smallest things I feel like you're gonna start noticing.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
God damn it, I never ate oysters in my life.
I
You don't think
never-
so?
I've had oysters.
I never
But I'm just
straightened
saying,
out.
like, some dumb shit. I feel, but I don't know, like
I mean,
right before death, it could be like, imagine what you're thinking right before death.
I'm trying to think. No, but like I'm trying to think if there's any like small things that even now I want to try.
I don't think you'll know until you die.
That's
what
the
they
thing.
say,
Yeah.
but
And that's
like
like the biggest qual is like, and then you die.
Imagine,
do what you-
it's like you finally want to. I don't know. You have an anime you want to watch, and you just never got around to it.
yeah,
Or you're
I'd be
like-
pissed, bro. You know, like say there's like a game coming out, and I've been waiting for it for like 7 years, and then literally it's coming out tomorrow, and I'm on my way to the friggin' shop, and I get like run over by a car, or some
Or you
shit.
buy it, you're happy you open
Open
it,
it.
put it in the PS4, you're staring at the PS4, it explodes in your face. Sorry. Like, I don't know where I go with this.
It'd be like when Smash Bros came out for the Wii back in the day. It's like
almost
we
like
waited
this
so
so
long.
long.
We waited so long for the thing to come out, and it's like the day of, you're running home to go play it for the first time, and then you just get hit by a car across the road.
There's that YouTube video, the best day ever friggin' cartoon. Someone drew it, and then it was like it's the best day ever because it finally came out. You know that a SpongeBob song? It's the
Yeah.
best.
Oh, yeah,
day,
yeah.
And then he had it like he was holding it. He's like, I finally got it.
And
Bus
got
just
struck by
comes. Latins.
Yeah, but okay.
What are your three then?
But I feel. Hold on, wait, before you continue. Before you. But like that, those thoughts can't come in like sudden deaths. You know,
Who knows?
like what a bus strikes you, and then you got that 1 millisecond
But
that just everything
you-
goes.
Apparently, like basically, they say like time basically slows, so you can like go through all of it, but your brain experiences it very slowly. You know what I mean? So like you know how they say they like flash it before your eyes. Like to me and you, it's a second, but to the person, it
It's a
might
lifetime.
feel like a lifetime.
Like when
like what if
Itachi-
right now you're dead? You're
Like,
dying,
I
and
was-
you're
I
just
was just about-
experiencing
I
like,
was-
I think we
Like-
had this conversation before.
Have we?
like when Itachi had to kill his girlfriend, so he put her in
That was
Tsukiyomi,
no. Don't say that. You're gonna make me cry, man. You're
and
gonna
then
make me
she
cry.
experienced a whole life with him.
Yeah, and
she
then they had
died in his
kids
arms.
and stuff, and then right
Yeah.
before she dies, she says "thank you," and then dies.
Yeah,
That shit was deep.
that was tough.
I know. Oh, get chills, chills,
But
chills.
yeah, basically that. I also think one time is like you're just dreaming right now, and then when I die in this life, then I just wake up in my actual life.
That would be depressing. That's like Inception.
Like, what if
Don't
you?
do that.
What if you loved your life and then you
I wanna
wake
watch
up and
that
then
again.
you're just some,
It's
you
depressing.
know, you're just some sad guy at the bridge. I guess.
What if you woke up and then you were dead?
What if this was level 1?
How you waking up?
No, like
if
you
you're
woke
dead?
up and then you realized it
what
was a dream
difficulty
and
am
then
I
you
playing
died.
on, bro?
What the fuck? It's difficult. It's level
Jesus
That would
Christ.
mess. That's
messed up, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know what's messed
imagine
up,
if you like what you said. You woke up from a dream, and you woke up. You realized your whole life was a dream, and then you died after you realized that. So you have no recollection of what your actual life was, at all. Everything was just a lie.
What happens after I die?
I don't know. You wake up again.
And you just repeat it over and over again.
What's going on?
When you die, you start dreaming again.
I wonder.
Andre, what are your 3
Biggest
what?
fears.
fears?
Buried alive.
Oh, that'd be
Drowning.
No, buried alive would
Buried
be
alive.
like the number
that-
2
That's like
behind
slow.
miscarriage.
Yeah.
I think that would be number 4 for me.
I mean, still not as bad as getting anally raped in prison, but you know, I'll get you. I'll give you
Honestly,
that.
I don't know.
I'll give you that
I don't know.
by 3 guys.
Mine have a lot to do with like isolation. Like if you were just like, you know how they have like the shoe in like jail where they put you down isolation,
Oh yeah.
but like that, but like they just
Times a
forget
thousand.
about you.
You know what'd be a
And
scary
then you just
feeling?
stay
Or
there
like-
for like years. Like people go in there for years. And they have
Yeah,
no contact with anybody at any time.
That's when it's like all fully dark, right? You can't.
Yeah,
see-
it's
black
pitch black. You
and
can't
then
see
soundproof.
anything.
Isn't it? Yeah, isn't it like crazy where I heard people like who are isolated in that have come out of it, and when their eyes got exposed to light, they go in blind.
Yeah.
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 Actually, there's actually the world's quietest room.
Where you could hear your blood flow through your
Yeah,
veins.
and
Shit's
people
Yo.
can't last more than an hour in there.
No, I heard the record was like 17 minutes.
Yeah, they can't because they go insane because it's so quiet.
Because, like, yeah.
And they start hearing things because their brain is so used to the like
The
ambient sounds.
Yeah.
It's like a room within
should
a
do
room.
that.
I want to try it.
We should all try it.
I would love to try it.
Well, that would
Imagine
drive me
It'll fuck me
crazy.
up. It'll fuck me up.
I can't
kill
chew
each
in.
other.
I can't chew in silence, let alone be in that.
Oh no, yo! If I go in that room and someone starts chewing, I swear to God, I'm gonna kick them in the face. That's one of my biggest pet peeves of all time. Friggin' chewing, just the noise of chewing. Yo, especially when like you open your mouth near me
Chewing
and
with
you
your
start
mouth
chewing.
open.
Whew.
No, you know
my
what bothers
God.
me even more?
It annoys
Someone
me when I
finished
chew.
chewing, and then they have stuff on their tongue. So they're talking, and you see flashes of food on their tongue, and you're like, you wanna catch them doing it. You're like, wait, and then they keep talking, and it's like, bro, can you swallow?
Or
Pause.
or when they're chewing with their mouth open and then like they're going too fast, so they're not breathing. So then they have to go to the
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Or
Bro,
when
I
they
hear it in my
swallow
mind, I
really
swear.
loudly, it's like, you're like, bro,
You hear the gulp?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yo,
are you
oh.
drinking
That,
water?
that,
or
that
eating
happens to
food?
me sometimes when it's like too big of a bite.
Yeah, but
And
when
I
it's
gotta
every
like
bite,
force it down.
when it's every bite, I can't do it.
It's like those kids who take the big glass of orange juice and they start drinking, and then they stop drinking and take the deep breath, like, and they continue. No, you know what's another scary thing though? When you're like, think about. So when I went on vacation to Cuba or Mexico, what I always end up doing is like I squat into the like I'm in the ocean, right? And I kind of like submerge myself to the point where the only thing I could see is like the water.
Yeah.
Right? And you just look out and then you just put yourself in a situation where there's nothing behind you. Like there's no beach
Yeah, I
behind
have
you.
I have
And
that
then
fear.
you just, it's nothing but water. It's the scariest thing in the world. I think I'd rather be lost in space than lost in the middle of the ocean.
I can't watch videos that are like that show the deep sea. Like I've seen people with like kayaks, and then they have like a big shadow of a whale.
Oh, yeah.
I can't watch that. I can't. I don't know what it is. It's like, bro, I don't know what's in there. There's no foundation, and it freaks me out.
Yeah, isn't that's where most fear comes from, though,
Yeah.
right? It's not knowing what it is.
The unknown.
Because if you think about it, if it's, I feel like that's for people who are like scared of heights and stuff. Need to go skydiving.
No, I don't.
But
I
you
don't think I
can't-
do. I really don't think I do.
But listen, because isn't the idea of
Face your
fear
fears?
not knowing?
No, because I've gone cliff jumping. Okay, I was scared. I did it. I went back up there. I was still scared. Didn't fucking help. So I'm just gonna let you know that, like, if I fear is falling down and dying possibly at the bottom, that doesn't go away no matter how much times I do it. Because if I skydive and survive once, the next time I go over there, I can fuck up and die that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. It's also like, but then, yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's also like the idea of I'm scared of sharks. Hey, go get bit by a shark. You'll be okay.
Exactly. There's some fears that are just fears. What I would never do, like
deep
skydiving,
sea
I'm
diving.
saying now I will never do it. But maybe, possibly one time in my life I can be convinced. But bungee jumping,
I've seen a video.
No,
Never.
I would rather jump off a cliff with no bungee than with a bungee.
I'd rather get stampeded by raging bulls than go bungee jumping.
Here's the thing with bungee jumping. The scariest thing about bungee jumping is the thought of you being secure and the thing snapping. That's what the scary.
Yo, I saw a video. Yo, I saw a video.
He's gonna make it fun of someone's head.
Yeah, I don't know if it was edited, but this girl was bungee jumping, and the guy was helping her secure, and she fell, and he was looking for the rope, and the video ended. I was like, wait, he didn't secure her. Yo. I'm like, how come I didn't hear this on the news, bro?
Yo, honestly, some of the shit I find on Twitter, it's like, how is this not on the news, bro?
that's so fucked up, man.
A guy was riding his bike, and he was holding a refrigerator on his back, or not on his back. He was like on the edge of his bike, and like he fell off the bridge with his bike. I was just like, this wasn't on the news.
Like, come on, you gotta report this.
Yeah.
I need to know what happened to this person.
I feel like the news aren't doing a very good job.
No.
It's always Trump coronavirus, Trump coronavirus, Trump coronavirus,
Mudslide.
occasional murder,
Natural
mudslides.
disasters.
Like, where is the refrigerator off the 401?
Occasional genocide.
Okay.
That's when it gets interesting.
But how often are you watching the news?
Never.
I'm watching
Because
Glad you know what's on the
Yo,
news.
but you know why I don't watch the news? It's because all they talk about is Trump, coronavirus.
The news is probably one of the most depressing pieces of media. Like,
Oh, it
I
sucks.
hate it
existence.
so much.
Yeah.
It sucks.
existence.
There's never anything positive.
Never,
in there,
bro.
man.
Literally,
Yo, they hate Brampton. I was watching CV24, and the only two stories that they posted from Brampton was those two parties. With like 200 plus people.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
the
I
mansion
don't-
parties?
I don't
Yeah.
think that's news.
I was supposed to go to that.
That
don't think
people
it's-
hate Brampton.
no, but they were just trashing. I'm like, bro, like, you know.
Yeah, you should be
couldn't
used to it by now.
You couldn't just come talk to me. It's like, yo, what have you been doing? I'm like, I've been sitting
Yo.
in my house, following protocols, doing the due diligence as my.
But have you seen-
Oh, you're
6
talking about
months.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like in grade
no,
12.
like last week there was like 100+ person party. Friggin' Alberta had
Oh,
a
no.
friggin' forest party with like 500+ people, and there was just a dead deer there.
See, that's cocaine and LSD. So you're not gonna find me in the
I
middle.
thought you guys were talking about like that mansion party that happened in
That had
2012.
2,000 people.
2012. Yeah, I was supposed to go to that, but I never went.
I was going to. but
Everyone
then
was
I
supposed to
realized
go to
that it
that.
was
We were all gonna
adults.
go.
Everyone was
None of
supposed
us
to
went.
Apparently the guy to girl ratio was like 98-2,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I heard too.
from what
Some
I've heard.
people got tased and shit. Nah, not worth it.
Yeah.
Never worth it.
Oh, then they also do like $25,000 in damage or some shit like that.
More.
Was it more?
The house wasn't even done.
Yeah, there was like, I remember a friend of ours. I didn't.
No, good. Oh, yes. Hey.
I thought he was pointing like, you guys know it, right?
He was showing me. Yeah, you guys know him. He was showing me a video, and they didn't have a staircase finish, so it was just the stairs,
Yeah.
and then if you walked, you died.
There's no railing.
There was
Yeah, it was
railing.
li-
No,
it
there
was
was
like
the stairs.
shitty-
There was a. What do you call it when you get up to the stairs? There's a
Like a little platform,
platform,
and then it just ended.
And then it's like Looney Tunes. You walk and you keep walking on air, and then you realize there's no.
The stairs
Oh,
just
so it
ends.
just didn't connect to upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
so
a stairs leading to nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then you die.
okay.
And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
people are
man.
standing up there.
As a younger person, like I saw
Drunk.
seeing pictures of how many people were there. Like younger, I would have been like, whatever, this is just shit. But like now, I'd probably have like an anxiety attack or some shit. That's way too many people.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate that. Yo,
Yeah.
I hate being
I'll
around a
get
lot
crazy.
of people. I hate it so
You don't
much.
want to see.
Especially people I don't know.
I went to the mall today, and it was like, believe it or not, the mall today was very quiet because of COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there were still too many people for my liking.
I went to the Ian Center on Boxing Day.
That's
And I-
brave.
Rip.
I told my dad, if you ever bring me here again, I'm going to leave in the back of a... Let me just leave that.
In a
Yeah, no,
gurney.
it's not nice, bro. Because like Toronto's been like super quiet for so long, like nobody. And then one day I just went outside and just like there were just like hundreds of people outside again. And I was just like, yo, I like freaking my whole brain just
Did
like
you,
shut down.
did
I
you
was
miss
like,
something?
no, like my whole I was like walking my dog and then I think he like picking up eating shit. I didn't even notice nothing. I couldn't like my brain couldn't do anything. I was like, because when you go from like nothing to just like
everything?
a lot right off the bat, it's just like, yo, that's not no.
If
I
you
don't
go
like
0
it.
to 100,
Yeah, no, I don't like it. Big groups of people, especially when I don't know them, is fucking.
I hate
no.
groups of people.
No. That's my pet peeves. Pet peeves is chewing with your mouth open and big groups of strangers.
They're
The
buried
antisocial
alive.
game.
No, I said my pet peeves.
Oh, pet peeves.
Not my fears,
My
my
pet
pet
peeves are definitely bandwagons. Bandwagons can't stand,
I'm sensing some deep, dark,
yes.
homicidal aggression.
Bandwagons?
Somebody got on his nerves this week.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I'll tell you a story.
No, yeah, okay, I'll tell you a story.
Dortmund 2013.
Oh, that was peak. That was peak.
Dortmund 2013
Is that
drew
what
Real
that's it?
Madrid in the semifinals or quarters. I don't know, semis because they versed Malaga in the quarters. Dortmund drew Real Madrid in the semis. Guy walks up. You guys are gonna get slapped. You guys are gonna get slapped. Ronaldo's gonna score a hat trick. Ramos is gonna score 4 goals. Ramos is a center back, whatever. Yeah, Ronaldo's gonna score 4 goals. Ozil's gonna run the show. You guys are fucking smoked. You guys got here by fluke. The next day, Lewandowski 4 goals. Guy shows up. Lewandowski wallpaper. Lewandowski.
Yo, I feel
I want to
like the way
crack
you're
his neck.
impersonating this person. I feel like I know who you're talking about, but I don't know if it's because you're angry that I'm getting mixed vibes.
I want to
I'll
know
ask
who
you
it is
later.
after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to
all
know
I
who
know-
you were talking about.
Yeah.
I want to know who you
And
were
if I'm
talking
right-
about. I want to know
that's
who
great.
I was
You're
talking about.
I just, oh my god, all I want, gives me an aneurysm, bro.
Okay,
Fuck. Okay, we've been talking about nothing.
we've been talking about a lot of things.
It's been a
okay.
lot
You
of
want to get deep?
conversations.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
get deep.
No, I won't even get deep.
Let's
I'm gonna
get
ask you
deep.
questions. Do any of you
I have a few questions too, actually.
prior or current relationships, have you ever talked to anyone about any issues you've had internally?
Yes.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean internally?
Like, I mean, like if you and your girl have a problem.
biologically.
What?
What? I mean, what? You mean psychological problems that you have with yourself?
No. I'm talking not your internal problems with
Oh.
her. I mean, you two have problems. You go outside and tell other people.
No.
No.
Me neither.
No.
But a lot of people do that.
Wait.
And I'm
Do
trying
you mean like strange, like acquaintances?
No, like your friends. Like
friends and
like
family.
say it would be us, but like no. Like I don't do that. None of you guys do that.
Not like
we don't
deep-
really do it.
Not
right?
not like deep problems, but for example, if she's like mad at me, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, my
No,
girlfriend."
you tell that here,
Yeah.
not to us.
No, I tell
You
you.
just
right?
tell it on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
You tell it to our 30 viewers.
You tell to them, not to us.
No,
No, but like,
guys, today's a full week. For my girlfriend not yelling at me, we're good. No, I'm joking. She's an angel. I love her so much. She's an
Yeah,
angel. I
but-
love her so much. She doesn't yell at me. She beats me occasionally. I'm joking.
We've all been there, buddy. We'll get through.
You know that kinky shit? Tie a fishing line around your nuts.
Hey, you just changed the whole topic.
You just changed the whole
I don't
dynamic.
know where we just went, bro. You were the one talking about you want to have a serious conversation, and now you're talking about fishing lines.
Shove
and
a
nuts.
tarantula in my throat.
That's not kinky at all. That sounds like torture, actually. He's
Yo.
trying to suffocate you and poison you at the same time.
The hairs on a tarantula will kill you.
That being
That's
said,
making my.
there's this guy I've heard a story on another podcast who was a sex addict, and then he went to had sex with this girl, and she was into like rough stuff. So then she's like, "There's a knife on the table.
What?
stabbed me.
What?
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 What? Would you do
Did
it?
the stabbing happen?
No, he's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm addicted,
That would
but
kill
not
everything
that
for me.
bad. He's
What
like,
the heck?
yeah, yo.
Yeah.
That is
No way.
fucked up.
If it was a little knife, I mean a quick shank would.
Just in the side.
in the side.
No,
you
what
bleed
would
right
bother
out,
me
bro.
is like how many times has she offered that to other people?
Right?
Yeah,
It's like you take off her shirt, she has a bunch of
So
stitches
she
and
just
shit.
she just left the knife there, which means like it's
it's a regular
premeditated.
Is it sanitized?
Yeah, she's probably
She
there.
probably started this whole thing, man. You can't just dip dry blood into
and
open wounds.
then fast forward a year, he wanted to stab me during sex.
He threatened to
He threatened to.
multiple times.
I have the knife to prove it.
I have multiple lacerations in my left side, under my rib cage, the third floating rib.
And you know what? And you know what? And you know, he was a registered sex addict. And
He didn't take his meds that day.
And so he's going to jail.
Going to jail for a long time, pal.
He's going to jail for her kinks.
Scum like you sicken me. This is why I took the job in the first place. My gosh. Barbara, send him to prison.
All right, let's
Seriously,
continue with
why?
your-
Why do you not want to? Why do you not feel the need to?
I'd just rather deal with it one-on-one.
You never want to look for advice,
Well,
outside sources.
I'll be honest. You guys just give really shitty advice.
Yo, I would give dope ass advice, okay? You never asked me for advice, but I'm telling you right now, my advice is top notch. Top fucking tier.
I mostly talk to my sister about stuff
Okay.
because like she's like we're tight, and she's pretty, you know, she's pretty smart. No,
That's good.
because she's from me, you know. I call her my clone. So basically, what happened was when we were born, I gave her the Ray Lewis stiff arm, and she stayed in the womb for another 4 years. That's how far back I pushed her. And then she came out. That's why she's so short too, because I stunted
Pushed
her
her
growth.
back into your dad's nuts.
I stunted her growth and whatever.
I got you.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances, but it had to happen.
I got
for this to happen. And so like whenever I'm in a situation and I want to know if I'm tripping or if the situation is trippy,
You ask her?
then I ask her, I'm like, yo, am I tripping or is this like
like
Is
when
this
you
how I
ask her
should-
if you see your grandpa too, right?
no.
Okay, but so if you talk to her about girls, does that change her opinion on the girl?
No. She's very good at remaining unbiased.
Because see, that's a problem I think would happen. Like if I am having a great time,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking come to you guys and be like, oh, today was good. We did like this and this. She did this for me and shit. I'd only come to you if there's an issue.
Oh no, I talk about like I think that's what helps.
That's-
because I would share like the funny stuff,
The good stuff
and then like
and the bad stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Not that I'm oversharing, but you know.
It's okay, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not judging your level of sharing. I'm just asking, like, I'm just curious as to why. Because, like, I've never felt the need to, and I've never, like, thought about why. Like, because I hear people say, they talk about, I've had friends that, like, come to me and they'll be asking about this or say this and this happened and then kind of
It's-
things. I'm wondering, like, why? Like, I don't know if it's, like, a good idea because, like, then you're getting a third party. So, like, if you're tripping, it's good to have someone else
Yeah, but,
that'll
like-
tell you you're tripping.
Yeah, I'm very self-critical, so I want to make sure.
If I do that, I wouldn't like tell everything.
Which is also a problem.
Because then you don't get
Yeah,
full
because
context.
like I don't want them to know like all of my relationships problems.
Oh no,
Like,
I don't mean tell them everything. I mean like about a
About the
specific
certain thing.
situation, whatever the
About a certain
situation is,
situation.
right? So then, I feel like no matter what you do, no matter how critical you are of yourself, like inherently you're probably gonna make yourself just look better than you actually
because
did,
you're gonna have some bias,
or
Yeah.
you're gonna make yourself look like a piece of shit.
depending on your self-esteem.
Exactly, exactly. So like, where do you? Like it's hard. Then you have to get your girl to come and be like, now you tell your son this stuff.
have a mediator.
Have a meeting, but like I don't know, cause like, and then if it's someone who doesn't know like you're a girl, then you're just basically now. I
Yeah.
feel like in their head,
You're
inherently, she's
forming-
just gonna look like a piece of shit all
Yeah.
the time, cause all he hears is bad stuff.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
people who talk about their relationship with their parents,
I
and like I would never, but like
Yeah.
a lot of times they end up hating like the girl eventually, cause like all these like, oh, she did this to him, and she did this to him, and then this to him, and then this to him, but
Yeah.
they don't get any of the good stuff.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Hmm?
That makes sense.
for sure.
Is that
What
why
about
you
you,
don't?
Nachi?
Is
Why-
that why you don't?
Oh, why I
Why
know?
don't you?
Yeah.
You guys give shit advice.
You've never
No,
asked me.
like,
No,
for
no,
advice.
no.
I will fight you right now.
Yo,
Um,
I'll put the mic
I don't know.
stand
Like
up.
why have you never thought to? That's-
Okay, I'll tell you. My girlfriend, what she does is, since day one, she preached communication. So it was always, if any one of us had a problem with the other person, we'd stop what we were doing and we hit it we'd we hit her. So, we'd hit each other with the problem,
Okay.
right? And so that was preached day one. It's like, if there's one thing that's gonna be on my girlfriend's tombstone is communication. Like she's a stewardship coordinator for her hospital, right? So it's like all she does is communicate.
Yeah.
So it's like you know what the worst part is? Before this, I didn't communicate. I kind of let things bottle up,
I used to do that too.
and then it kind of like
Actually, I still kind of do that, to be honest. With you.
I don't think I have a choice because she's really good at picking up on.
I released my fury on the what?
Oh, I was saying, like Andre said, like still kind of bottles it up. Like I do bottle it up, but before it gets to a point of explosion, she catches it and then she forces me to.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But I'm very good at internalizing things. So like, I could have the biggest issue with you, and you'd never know, unless I want you to know. I'm really good at doing that, which
Guys,
is a
I don't
problem.
feel safe.
I have that problem too.
Why his eyes got so big?
Target the white boy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, like, but also sometimes I have an issue, but like it's not big enough. And if I tell you about this issue now, it's gonna turn into something bigger.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
Oh,
I'll be over it in
all
like
the
5
time.
minutes
Yeah.
anyway. So what's the
That's
point?
what
All
I
the time.
just let it
But then
simmer
she
out.
still wants me to tell her. So I don't
All
know.
the time.
So-
All the time. One
You know-
time, there was a time where, like, the tip she gave the waiter wasn't big enough, and it kind of cheeses me because I always give a nice tip.
Okay.
Like, regardless. Well, actually, if the service is really bad, I don't give a tip at all. But if
Yeah.
it's half, if it's like a 4 out of 10 service, I will give you a decent tip
I don't believe in tips. Why do I have to pay?
because all you have is a tip. I'm joking. And so she didn't give a good tip, right?
Yeah.
To the waitress or waiter, I don't remember. And it kind of peeved me. And it kind of like I was ready to talk about it because like we preach communications. I'm going to communicate, and then I just think I'm like, I bring this up, and then it turns into oh well, you tip too much. You're irresponsible with money, and then it's like a whole other rabbit hole, and it's just like let's just keep that. I'm angry about her tipping.
That's what it is for me. Like if it's a big problem, like unless it's a big problem, I can like just deal with it. Cause
Yeah.
I've learned how to like let go of things after a certain period of time. So I'm like, if I'm angry, it's like okay, it's just an emotion. So at some point, I'm gonna see a rainbow and I'm gonna.
And some
forget.
clowns, you're getting yelled at by a pedestrian.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna forget about, you setting my clothes on fire. But I'm joking. Man.
That extent, eh?
You're internalizing some things, bro.
Nah, never
You got stories to tell. Imagine.
There was one time.
We'll wait till we stop recording.
Imagine.
I don't think I have any crazy. Actually, I do.
Ooh.
It's not about. It's not about.
Ooh. That's okay.
Yo, it was
You gotta
kind of
spill.
funny.
Ooh, that's
I'm pretty
okay.
sure I told you guys already, but if I didn't, I'll tell you. It's kind of funny. It's actually really funny and really irresponsible of me.
Does it involve a certain noise being made?
It is the prologue to that.
But I remember you told me the story about the noise.
Guys, our viewers don't know about the noise,
From
so
the two
it's
ago.
either you just spill the beans about the noise, or we move on and we don't talk about
You
the
remember
noise.
telling that story about not the last one, the one before, and then the first time you did the thing, and then
Okay, now
No. Okay, no, it wasn't that one. It wasn't. Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I remember that. I remember that conversation.
Okay,
It
now
was that
stop.
credit
Now
view.
stop.
Okay, I remember that.
Stop what you're
no,
talking
it
about.
creates intrigue and interest.
And
But
then this
this one is completely different.
All right, so
and this
go-
is what
go ahead.
this is what our viewers are currently
Before
listening
Matthew
to.
gets pissed off.
This is
Can I
what
tell
our
the story?
this is what our viewers
Tell the
are
story.
listening to. And then she did that, and then I got mad about that. But I'm not telling you guys about that.
Shut
it's about
up.
this
He's
and that
telling
and
the
that.
stories.
This one time. This was when
Ben
I
Kemp?
was.
He had to sit up.
This was when I was. This was my slimy days.
A gallus.
Yeah, it was very short lived, but it was slimy. I'll admit that. So I woke up, and you know what happens when you wake up?
We got the
And you have
morning
the
wood.
yeah. So that
You
was
got a
the,
pee stand
that was the
sitting down.
first time I lost control of that, and I got really irresponsible. So I was like, okay, someone has to fix this. So I went through my phone and I was scrolling through my contacts. I'm like, who is 8:30 in the morning? Okay? Who is most likely to come to the house right now?
Is that right?
Yeah.
So like, who is most likely to come to the house right now? So I text this girl that I used to work with, and I had a feeling like, whatever. So then I text her, and then she gives me a whole like she's busy all day. And she's busy for the period of day before she has to go to work. So I'm like, okay, I guess it's not happening. So at that point, it's cleared my mind. So I'm good. I'm good.
I think
I'm
I
like,
know this one.
So I'm like, okay, I'm making myself some tea. I'm like, okay, whatever. That was my moment of like insanity. Gone, right? Moment of insanity gone. It's 9 o'clock now. I'm having breakfast. I hear my doorbell ring. I'm like, if this is a Jehovah's Witness, I'm gonna punch him in the face because that's too early to be knocking on my door to get me to come to your church. So I open the door and it's
Girl one.
the girl, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like,
You said you're
you
busy.
just told me you were busy. You just told me you were like literally on my phone. This is 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
She says whatever. She didn't even say hi. She just walked into my house and
know
plopped
this
herself on the couch. And I'm like, oh,
Good day
okay.
to you.
Okay. So then 40 minutes later, she leaves and that's it. Right? Mm-hmm. Wrong. Because then 4 days later, I set up another appointment with another client from work. And then
You're so
whatever. And then
Yo, you need like a whole episode for this story.
it was kind of crazy. So then that happens and then I'm not at work for like 3 days. And then I come back to work
They were talking.
and it's crazy. The second one started making all this noise around work about
you.
and then the first one's friends came to her saying, you don't talk to him because that's her man. And I'm like, who's man? Who am I?
You turned
a
into
man
property.
for? I'm like, bro.
You turned into a
We never had
human
this
fuckstick.
conversation. So then he turned into this whole like, I don't even know what happened. It was so
It
bizarre
was
to
a
me.
disaster.
It was a disaster. Yeah, that's what it was. It was so bizarre because there was two conflicting stories about me that I knew weren't true, but there's no way I could argue it because it had already spread around the entire store.
Yeah, and you weren't there to defend yourself with it.
I wasn't there, but then by the time I got there, the story had cemented, so
Yeah.
I couldn't
It's
move it.
set.
Yeah, it's set, and people are coming to me.
Like they
talking to me.
stamped it and they
No.
said,
Yeah, so people are coming to me, talking to me.
No man's
About-
texted you to tell you, yo, this girl's telling you this.
Because my boys they're not in the same girl circle, and it's
Oh,
only
so
the
it's
girls
only the
talking.
girls
yeah.
talking.
And then my boy told me after I heard it from another person that another girl came to him. He's like, I can't believe Johnny did this. He's so slimy, whatever. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? And then I was explaining it to them, and they're like, oh, that's kind of foolish. And then what happened? Oh yeah, and then like 2 or 3 days after, I get a call from a private number. There's no number, there's no caller ID. So I'm like, okay. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, who's this? And it's her friend. She's parked outside my house with her man. And I'm like, she's like, how could you do this to her? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we weren't in a relationship. She's like, you know she had feelings for you. I'm like, I had no idea. All she did was show up at my house. How am I supposed to know that? We didn't discuss any contractual agreements. How am I supposed to know this? But in her head, because the girl had like made up stories about how we were like in an on and off relationship, which is fucking psychotic.
My
I didn't
question
know
is,
this.
what was she doing there with her man, though?
No, I don't know. I heard it. I
Was
heard
the
it in
man trying to claim?
yeah, he was trying to calm her down because she was getting mad.
Oh.
And like, I didn't even
Okay.
talk to you, and you're angrier than. Anyways,
than the main
Yeah.
girl, yeah.
yeah. And the guy's like, yo, chill. I hear in the background. I'm like, why are you calling another man with your man in the car?
Okay,
That's
I
so
was
weird.
about to say, I thought
Yeah.
you were. I thought she brought him there to beat you up, bro.
That's what I
I
thought.
was like,
I don't know, but I was ready.
bro, if
I was
some
ready.
other person, yo, that's no.
That's war.
A friend of a friend's man coming to beat you up
Yeah, that's
to
some.
defend her friend's honor. is-
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's insane.
And then
That's pathetic.
It
Goddamn.
it's kind of crazy.
That's insane.
And then that happened, and then I guess I didn't really talk on the story that much because I know the truth, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I don't have to defend myself. So then after like a couple months, it started dying down, and then the truth came out because, like, you know, if someone's lying, they kind of like fold on their lie.
Yeah.
But I wasn't
Saying nothing.
I wasn't doing anything. So like, so this guy's like, he's chilling. So like, what really happened? I guess she told people, and then they're like, oh, well, that's kind of stupid. That's kind of like your fault. I was like, oh, and then the story doesn't end yet. A week after this, she shows up to my house again, unannounced. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this girl. A week unannounced, and then she's like, you know, you messed up, right? I'm like,
You
what are you
messed
talking
up.
about? And I'm gonna tell you guys. I'll be honest. So in that store, I kind of like,
You were the man.
I was
He fucked his way to the top.
no. Well, if I did, I wouldn't have left, but I didn't. So I didn't do the right people. So I kind of like
You're bad.
I went for walks with a few people. That store is messed up, by the way. Like, it's so crazy. That whole environment, the inner world. I learned new things about.
It's like
adults.
all you wanted to do was to handle the produce and just get out.
Before, I didn't even want to do that. I just was having breakfast. I woke up like this. Like, anyways.
Is this leading to the kid?
What were we talking
Whoa. No.
That was the same story.
So she
though,
showed,
no?
no.
Oh, I remember that one.
This was a different. That was the.
That was the first.
That was
time.
my first.
That was
time
the
walking.
first time.
This was the And
Okay.
then-
Yeah. Well, anyway, she
to
showed
my
up a
house,
week later.
and I'm like, why did you show? I'm in my head. I'm trying to figure out why would you show up to my house, unless you want to go for a walk again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, this time I'm like, no. I know what happened the first time, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So I had the door open, but my foot was like in the entrance. So
Yeah.
like my foot was holding the door open. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And I had my hood up, so I looked like a real dark skinned F boy. And then she said I messed up, and I was like, I don't know how I messed up when we weren't really dating.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
And
That's
she
why
never
he
talked
quit.
to you again.
And then no,
What was
a
the
year after?
question for this?
That's
A year
why you
after,
quit?
I quit.
Is that why you quit?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
What was the question leading up to that story?
If you talk about your girlfriend's problems with your friends.
Oh.
And I just like talking to Scott.
You know, bro.
triggered me.
Listen. When you don't think too hard, bro, you get
It sounds
brought
fun.
into a lot of places. You know,
Yeah,
a lot of interesting places. You never know what can happen.
You get
Okay.
carried away.
But
You
that's
can-
when that was my lesson of life. I was like, I'm done. In
Alright.
the streets, they're not for me.
Good.
So I became a homebody. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, you have 5 minutes to tell your story. Go match.
I forgot exactly everything.
Left eye. Left eye. That's
Oh
all I
no,
need.
that's like I can't follow that up with my medical history.
What, your lazy eye?
Yeah.
Was it about your lazy eye?
Yeah.
Someone came in it?
No.
Whoa, that would be a
No. No.
breaking news.
Guys, if you got a lazy eye, this is just a word of advice. If you have a lazy eye or any symptoms of a lazy eye, or you start noticing you're a lazy eye, get that shit checked out the second you notice it. Don't wait like me and be dumb to stupid, because like I got shit going on with my lazy eye. I can't follow it up with my medical history. I was gonna go into the ifs and nuts and candy and butts, and I was gonna say like why it's causing it, what I'm doing to prevent it.
What did he just
I think it's a figure of speech.
That might have
If
been
nuts
like
and-
the most
if-
Caucasian
if
thing
ifs
I've
and
ever
nuts
heard
were
in
candy
my
and
life.
butts. If its and butts were candy and nuts, we would all have a Merry Christmas.
You know what that is too?
Yeah, that's the. I heard it on Archer once.
If and butts are candy
That's
and
a good
nuts.
show.
If and butts
like
were
that show
candy
too.
and nuts, we would all have a Merry Christmas.
Butts were candy and nuts.
Because there's so many ifs and
Yes,
buts,
I know.
so there'll be a lot of candies
Candy
and
and
nuts.
nuts,
People eat nuts for Christmas?
Hazelnuts,
pistachios,
pistachios,
hazelnuts,
walnuts,
Why are pistachios?
chestnuts roasting
Cashews.
on an open fire,
cashews.
Jack Frost.
You know
nipping your
cashews
nose,
grow on
end up
trees.
eating your own dog?
They
Yuletide
come from a
carols,
Yeah,
singing songs
it's crazy.
by a choir, and folks
Nutcracker.
dressed up like Eskimos.
Nutcracker.
The Scrooge.
Everybody knows
Christmas.
a turkey.
Santa Claus?
with some
Reindeer.
mistletoe.
Rudolph.
Christmas in August 2nd.
I'm singing a song. I'm talking the
I'm
lyrics
so
to a song.
lost.
I just heard him talk because I just started saying words.
long story short, I'll go back to my lazy eye. I'm doing exercises for it. I was gonna go into like the whole story about it, but Johnny's story took so long. We gotta go soon. It was a good story.
Thank you.
It's a good story.
Just-
very entertaining.
I
I'm
haven't
just
told it
saying.
in a while.
It wasn't as detailed as you used to tell it.
Well, last time
I
you used
couldn't
names
actually-
and
I
positions
think it's
and
not as detailed because like you were telling it as it was happening back then.
Yeah, and I probably don't remember certain details.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'll probably remember them after the podcast.
I just hope you know you can't hide your past from anybody now.
I know.
It's out there.
I don't care. I'm not that I don't care. It's just that, like, openness. You know, secrecy-
Communication.
Secrecy is, yeah.
Communication.
It's
Secrecy,
been,
lots
what's
of-
done is
That's
done,
the
and you
theme of the
can't change it.
podcast. Communication.
What's done is
Yeah.
done. You just gotta move forward.
You know,
Good.
if you can't live with it,
Can't
then
live
you can't
without
live
it.
with me.
Yeah.
Because that's
deep.
Or you'll be on your
You can
deathbed.
quote it if you
You'll
want.
be on your deathbed. You'll be on your deathbed and think, "Gosh, I wish I was more open about it."
yeah.
No.
So
What if you found out your girl cheated on you 10 years after? Like they
She
cheated on
gave
you
birth to
now,
my
then you
first
had
child?
kids, and then you got married, had kids 10 years from now, and then you found out they cheated
I would take
on you
the
now.
kids and leave her.
Agree.
I'd probably have to stay just for the kids. You know.
Would you?
I would take.
I started thinking
I'll
about
take
that
the kids
actually.
and run.
Like if they,
Like, that's
they
a
cheat on
really-
you now,
Maybe not run. I'd
and
kick her
then
out.
15 years from now, you're married and you have kids, and you found out, 15 years
I'm
ago.
leaving.
Well,
You
first
gotta
I'd
think about it though.
I'm taking.
first
the
I'd make the
kids.
You gotta
kids take a
think about
If
DNA
you could
test.
cheat on me, and then still have kids with me, I think there's a little wire missing
No. This is what you gotta
for
do.
you to be able to do that.
This is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do. Because you made an oath till death. So either you kill
Till-
yourself
yeah.
Or her.
You don't
No,
kill
you
her.
get
don't
an
kill her.
annulment.
I mean, if
No,
you
no,
got
no.
a good lawyers, you may consider it.
No.
No,
You just
you
what
tell
you
the
do.
church.
No, because you're a man of principle. So you stick to your guns, but in that way, you actually either correct the behavior or make her feel eternal until she dies. She's guilty about what she's doing because now you have knowledge that she's being unfaithful, whatever, and you're still being committed. But you're not showing. You don't have to show any kind of like extra affection. Or whatever.
Oh,
But you're still being faithful. I'm being faithful.
That's like hell. You're like psychologically ruining
yeah, and then
them.
you're like, I'm being faithful. I'm chilling, but you can do your thing.
And then
whatever.
I won't. But
I'll
then it's
raise the
like I
kids.
have no more affection for you.
Would
Yeah.
you be petty? Next time she tells you to wash the dishes, you'd be like, maybe your new man could wash the fucking dishes.
No,
No,
I was-
you do
no.
you do all your duties as you're supposed to. There's no complaints from you whatsoever.
Oh, you just be a
It doesn't
good man.
change, and you just become a
Your
robot.
phone's good at that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay. We'll wrap it up.
We're wrapped up now. It's fun.
That's a really
Sure.
interesting way to end the podcast.
Is it? Okay. Say all the things. You guys don't need me anyways. It's fine.
What are you doing? You're the guy who always does the outro. You know how?
Outro.
Did you listen to the outro last episode? You know how bad it was?
Can you outro the
I
podcast?
even
I
use
said-
DSP.
I said True Shit Podcast last episode. So
Okay, fine. Fine. Thank you for listening to Don't Think Too Hard. Follow us on all the socials. Instagram at Don't Think Too Hard Podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can catch us on all the
DSPs.
This-
I got you.
digital streaming
DSPs.
platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, all Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that fun stuff. And then if you're listening to us, come catch us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, do
Click
all
the
the
bell
fun stuff.
for
Comment.
notifications.
Hit the bell for notifications.
Comment.
Comment, like, subscribe. If you don't like it, just leave a like anyways because
Because
who
why
goes
you
to
gonna
videos
why you
to
gonna
down like, you know?
why you gonna thumbs down?
Who goes to videos to downvote?
Who does that?
Just leave
What
a
kind
like
of
anyways.
sick human being?
Called a dislike.
Whatever, bro. I'm
Who
old.
does a thumbs down?
There's
Who does
some-
thumbs down these
there,
days?
there's some really bad videos out there, guys.
When was the
Yeah,
last
but
time
why
you
would
seen
you
someone
downvote? Why wouldn't you
actively
just
thumbs
turn it
down
off?
I'll let
somebody
them
in
know
real
to
life?
up their quality.
I can't
or
listen to
the
multiple
video.
conversations.
When was
Anyways,
the last
we're
time
done.
you
Shut
heard
up.
someone? Hey, no, wait.
Bye.
Wait.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We're done.
Why?